Hello, and welcome to another episode of Roommates Review. I'm your roommate, Liam.
And I'm your roommate, Evan.
Today,
I
am
sit
upon
the
back
baseball
diamond
with
my
host,
the
great
pretend
czar
of
Nottingham,
Mr.
Fister.
the
Sanctioned. Alright, so we are reviewing today. What are we reviewing today, Liam?
Nothing good.
Yeah, we're reviewing X-Men The Dark Phoenix. And I went into it, hoping that it would be good. Because X-Men First Class, didn't really like it.
No.
But, it had some good parts. Especially Magneto.
Yep.
Second X-Men movie, Days of Future Past, was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Because Hugh Jackman
Yeah,
was the
it was
lead
just-
role.
it was just
That's
Hugh
him.
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman was the lead role, and that's really what they need. They need a better. I just thought of something here. Who is the lead role, the main character?
Jennifer Lawrence.
And yeah, it's supposed. Yeah, man. So the third one, Apocalypse, I think it's good. I don't think it's fantastic or anything spectacular. But I think it's good.
Yeah,
I think,
it's
that's the one we haven't reviewed, but we're reviewing this one. But Dark Phoenix, the main character, is supposed to be Jean Grey, I guess. I don't know, but it's not Professor X, really.
No.
It's just they need so bad. They need a leading man, and that's what Wolverine is, generally. So
Yeah, and that's what made Days of Future Past the best of the four.
yeah, is because Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is incredible. We'll say it a million times.
Well, and they focused on someone.
Yeah, and he was the main character. They had a main character, and it worked out really well.
And it wasn't Mystique.
Yeah, and Mystique. Just the whole series is ruined by having Mystique be played by Jennifer Lawrence, and then trying to make her important.
Yeah.
Because Mystique is a very boring character with not a lot to draw from.
That being said, Dark Phoenix did one thing right. They killed her.
They did. Oh, by the way, we spoil everything. Everything. Especially this movie.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We do spoil a lot of Teenage Mutant
And Daredevil. And literally anything.
Literally anything. So, that's good. Good to get that out of the way. So, So, Jennifer Lawrence is killed.
Yes.
And
Not her character. They killed Jennifer Lawrence.
yeah, they did.
I think we make this same joke every episode.
Every single time. It's still funny. It's a good joke. They killed her, and she's not going to be doing any more movies, but no one's going to be doing any more X-Men movies until Marvel Cinematic Universe, until they get to pick them up.
Yep.
Which, that is more what I want to talk about. This movie's not very good. There's not much to say about it. What are they going to do with the X-Men? How are they going to fit in the X-Men?
See, now my original thought was, somehow the population, the half of the population that was disappeared, somehow a portion of them gets messed up genetically, and that's where the X-Men could come in. Is what my original thought was. And then with Far From Home, they're introducing the multiverse potentially. Or it's Mysterio messing with Spider-Man's head. We don't know. So it looks more like they're going to go with the multiverse approach. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. So they're going to have to cast a whole new X-Men, because they're not going to use any of the same people, for sure. I wouldn't think that any of them are going to make it.
That being said, they are planning on keeping Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
Yeah, I feel like that's different though.
It is different.
Because they're trying they were trying to separate the two universes. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Just what I'm saying is, who are they going to cast as Wolverine? Who's gonna be him? Because they're gonna have to cast someone eventually, someday, who's not Hugh Jackman.
They're gonna do a clone. They're gonna do X-23 or something.
Yeah, they're gonna do. What they're gonna do is do that thing that's super popular now, and just keep making Hugh Jackman look younger as he continues to act, and they'll just keep doing that
CGI
face technology. Yeah, which was really, really good in Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look so bad in that weird Will Smith movie that we keep seeing.
From the trailers anyway.
Yeah, but it does kind of look bad. It does not look as good as the Samuel L. Jackson one.
No, yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's only a thing for black people. Maybe only black people can do it good.
But if anyone can do it well, Marvel could, and Disney, and
yeah, definitely, because they've got all the money in the world.
And it's not like Hugh Jackman's looking old.
No, absolutely not. No.
So, and if they wanted to, they could do anything with the character. Just don't have him take his shirt off, and I'm sure he would be okay with doing the role again, because then he wouldn't have to dehydrate himself and get just stupid jacked.
Yeah. But then he wouldn't be huge jacked man.
Huge jacked
man.
Huge gent man.
Yes. Yeah. So they have to recast Wolverine, probably. They need a good Cyclops. Cyclops in this movie is terrible.
Yeah.
The Cyclops I didn't mind in the first three. You know, he was just kind of...
No, it was the same kid.
Arrogant.
You're talking about the first three X-Men movies.
Yeah.
See, there have been three with this cast already before Dork Phoenix.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence played Mystique more than, you know... Mm-hmm. I don't know what I was gonna say, but but more than 3 movies.
You're right, though. Yeah.
But yeah, she played. Yeah, that's longer than a lot of those X-Men actually played.
Okay, so what were you saying about Cyclops?
Cyclops. He needs to be in the first one. He's an antagonist, kind of, to Wolverine.
Yeah.
Which that's fine, but he should actually be a good leader and some tall, I don't know, strapping young man with ideals, and he should be some sort of actual, I don't know the word I want to use, in compared to Professor X, he should...
Foil.
Not a foil, but...
Complement.
But ideals-wise, he should be able to come up against Professor X and give him...
Parallel.
No, stop. None of those. All right. He should be
contrast.
A good... Yeah, sort of. It's not contrast, just there should be someone arguing with Professor X on ideals to better, the X-Men.
Well, yeah, it was Mystique.
Yeah, and it was Mystique in this movie. But it should be
the
Cyclops.
True leader of the X-Men.
Yeah, Cyclops or, Storm. I would like to see that a lot more because pretty much they're just treated like little kids in comparison, especially in the Dark Phoenix movie.
Yep.
We were talking about it, how old are they supposed to be?
Yeah, and it's not made clear.
Yeah, because... The Days of Future Past happened in the 70s or the 80s?
I want to say 80s.
Yeah, and Cyclops wasn't there for that.
Right.
He was there, so he came about in...
When did Apocalypse happen?
I don't know. It must have been the 80s as well.
Yeah.
Because... it's... Quicksilver's grown up. I don't know.
I don't know. Their timeline's all wonky.
Yeah. So, do you think they'll bring Quicksilver into... You think he'll make it into the MCU?
No, he's dead.
He's dead, and that Quicksilver's dead.
That's true. They're not gonna start having, multiverse Scarlet
Will
Witch
they?
and everything, though.
Won't they?
I don't think so.
I don't know. They might. They might go crazy. It might be a whole movie of Hulks one time. That'd be pretty awesome.
I mean, there have been rumors of Planet Hulk for a while, but that at this point doesn't look like it's going to happen because of Thor Ragnarok happened. And
Yeah. It's definitely not going to happen. Yeah. So, yeah. I know I was gonna say a point about Dark Phoenix, but yeah, it's just made me really forgettable.
yeah, I don't even really want to talk about it. It's just so
The main bad
bland.
guys were just these shape-shifting aliens, but like that didn't come up really that they were shape-shifting. They had this power where they could turn your sternum.
Yeah, they twisted your sternum, I guess.
Yeah, and that killed you, and then they could take your form. But they never used that effectively except to get into like the FBI and places of power, and that's it.
Yeah.
They never...
And I don't think the name of them is ever mentioned. I think they mentioned the name of the planet.
Maybe.
But they never mentioned the name of their race or anything.
Or like any of their names, or...
Their motivation is just, let's conquer this planet and make our species the dominant. We need a new planet, so we came here to take over and kill everyone.
And they perceive humans as weak because they don't have emotions, which you don't learn until like the last 30 seconds of the movie. So like it's like that was their thing.
It's kind of clear, I guess, because they all just act deadpan the entire movie.
It's clear, but like that was. I didn't realize that was part of their motivation. Like they didn't want to cooperate with humans because they're weak and they use emotions or something. Like man, they were terrible. They were really bad.
Big generic green. They looked like the aliens from Signs.
Groot.
Yeah, a little bit like Groot, but like the aliens that it's Signs, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen Signs.
The one with Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix, and he hits an alien with a baseball bat.
Okay, so how do you think Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is gonna be? I'm
interested. I'm the most interested I've been in Joker since The Dark Knight.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of out there, but at the same time, I can totally see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not who I would have picked for the Joker. Not saying that I have anyone specifically in mind for the Joker, because Batman's been around for so long. Joker has taken so many forms,
right?
That anyone could be any kind of Joker, right? Mm-hmm. And Jared Leto's Joker it was just bad.
Yeah,
and it could have been good. I when you go into it thinking like, okay, he's got the damage tattoo, and like he's all tatted up and stuff. I didn't expect that Joker then to be like a mob boss, kind of thing, where he's like having people kiss his ring and I don't stuff. Like,
I don't blame Jared Leto per se. It's just terrible writing.
Yeah,
in every way.
Yeah, it's really bad. So hopefully they get a good writer for Joaquin Phoenix, and I think he can do it really well.
Yeah, I'm interested. The trailer it makes it look interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen a trailer yet, but I think just imagining Joaquin Phoenix's Joker seems like it could work to me. Like ones I wouldn't. The thing is, you think of actors who played good Jokers and ones you wouldn't think of. Like, obviously Heath Ledger, even though we all know him as the Joker. At the time, of course, everyone's saying, hey, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Right.
Why are you putting him as the Joker, right? But, like, Jack Nicholson as the Joker? I don't really see that at all. Like, as a comedy, over-the-top villain kind of character, because he had, like, his craziness.
Yeah, he has the crazy nailed in, like, The Shining and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I just didn't think of him I don't think of him as, someone who's playing the clown prince of crime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just doesn't seem...
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems a little off the wall, but he nails that role.
Yeah.
He's so good at... People would still argue that he's a better Joker than Heath Ledger, which they're wrong, obviously, but, you know.
He's a different Joker.
He
doesn't have to be better.
That was the point I was making, is that the Jokers are different from each other. It's not all the Batmans are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Because Batman's the same, but the Jokers are, there's so much you can do with it. You could be good, two separate Jokers, and can't even compare them completely. And Danny DeVito will be the Penguin, I'm pretty sure.
I hope so.
But but this time he just dresses up in a penguin costume.
I mean, as long as he has flipper hands, like he did in the Batman Returns.
Yep, he's got flipper hands. They're all CGI though. CGI flipper hands, and they've got a margarita taped to each flipper hand, and he drinks them. And
Michelle Pfeiffer, despite the fact that she's very high in age at this point, it plays Catwoman again.
Yeah, it's great. They CGI her into it. She does the voice for it.
No, the suit is CGI'd.
Oh, okay. Alright. And it's a lot closer to the Catman suit in Fairly Odd Parents, where it's orange.
Actually, it's just one of those, like, black morph suits, and they cut out the face.
Just the eyes, or like just the
entire face.
Does it still look like? Does it look like it's been cut?
Yeah,
like it does. Like you can see strands of.
Yeah, they took scissors to it, cut it out, and they put those little like cat ears hairband on the top of her. That's the new Catwoman suit.
Yeah,
with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, with Michelle Pfeiffer. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. I'm excited for it. All of that, and that's the thing though. That it's CGI, the cutout thing on her face.
Yeah, she's under there, but they had to CGI her face onto it later.
Yeah, because it's part of the lore of that's how Catwoman got her suit. There's a whole 30-minute scene about it. Man, this Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie is gonna be very bizarre.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it.
Yes, you think they'll do Harley Quinn?
No.
You think they'll ever do Harley Quinn again?
I think they're going to keep doing Harley Quinn because they're doing a Suicide Squad too.
You're right. I just keep forgetting. You keep telling me that, and then I immediately forget it because I don't want it to happen.
Yeah, no, it's going to be terrible.
I hope that Killer Croc is the main character because he was the worst actor and worst written character that I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, as long as Boomerang or whatever his stupid Australian ass is there.
Yeah. So they're continuing that universe through Suicide Squad? It's supposed to be the same universe.
Yes.
The Justice League universe. It's
the only person I've heard is recast is Will Smith. Because he didn't want to come back. So I've heard it's Idris Elba.
Yeah, that's so terrible. What are you doing, DC? What are you doing?
DC is incomprehensible.
They are imploding on themselves. It's insane.
Any step forward they take 3 more back.
Easily.
Like, the streaming thing, who knows what's going on with that. I guess Titans was good, some people say. Doom Patrol is supposed to be bizarre, but also good. And then Swamp Thing came out, and they canceled it after 1 episode.
Which is crazy. I was thinking though, like, are we going to get more of that Wonder Woman?
Yeah, they have. They released a poster for the next movie.
So we've got more of that Wonder Woman. Is there going to be more with that Flash? Is there going to be more Aquaman? Is it just going to be a Justice League universe without?
Yeah, everyone but Ben Affleck's Batman, probably.
What about Henry Cavill?
I don't know. Because he's talked about leaving that role too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
and right now he's doing filming. I don't know if they've started yet for the Witcher series on Netflix. So I don't know what their plan is.
That's I just like there's that. There's I assume the Aquaman coming back, whatever that guy's name is.
And at the same time, they're making a new Batman trilogy.
That's what I was about to say. They're making a new Batman trilogy. Is that in a different universe? Is that in the same universe? Is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be the same Batman? Is he supposed to be a different Batman?
We
with
have
Robert Pattinson? Which
no
is
idea.
bizarre to
Yeah,
me.
it's Robert Pattinson.
I'll give him a chance, but like, yeah, that's really bizarre. But
I hope he does the Christian Bale voice. I hope they bring that back.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What enemy would we like to see in the new Batman? I'm going to say Clayface.
I want the Joker.
And Calendar Man.
No, I think actually a really good one. If they could do a good Solomon Grundy one,
Ooh.
Solomon Grundy would be really
Solomon
fun.
Grundy would be cool.
It would. The only problem is that Solomon Grundy would require a lot of either really good CGI.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much all it would be.
Or half Thor Bjornsson.
Who?
The big man, the one who played the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
Oh no.
Yeah, half Thor Bjornsson is one of the largest, biggest like weightlifter,
Oh, okay.
world record setting men out there in existence.
Just paint him gray.
Yeah, just get him.
Just like spray paint him in a booth before you go
Yeah.
on, and then yeah,
Have
that'd
him
be
slur
awesome.
through Solomon Grundy lines.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to have Solomon Grundy. I would love to see him
Mm-hmm.
on big screen 'cause I've always liked him and how, he dies and he comes back and
Yeah.
he only says a few lines and he's just like terrifying. He's like a
Mhm.
horror villain almost. Yeah, that would be cool.
I think Clayface would have potential.
Clayface could have. What about Man Bat?
That'd be weird,
That'd be
but
really
interesting.
weird.
I really want to see some of the new 52 stuff, like the Court of Owls and some Lazarus Pit stuff.
Yeah.
The Joker who cuts his face off, and
That would be nuts.
yeah, that's really good.
Um,
Or we could get some Batman Beyond going. Get an old Bruce Wayne and have Robert Pattinson play the young.
I never
thing.
watched Batman Beyond, so I don't know. I don't really know any of his villains or anything or how
Yeah,
that story
I
goes.
honestly don't know much about it either, just that it exists.
So I think the next logical step is, when are they making a Static Shock movie? And do you think that they'll do the young Samuel L. Jackson thing for Samuel L. Jackson for Static Ship? Wait, no.
Static
That's
Ship?
from League of Legends.
Yeah.
I think I'm very tired. For Static Shock. What was I going to say? No, another Batman villain. I think they could redo, in this universe, like a good Riddler, perhaps. I'd like to see another
Riddler would be
take
cool.
on Riddler, since it's been a while.
Yep.
Penguin, I've never found very interesting
No.
at all.
Yeah, he can be there in the universe, but he's just like some side mob boss or something.
He's like a not.
He's not really a big deal.
He's a small deal kind of kingpin.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. He's just like, he should exist as an arms dealer or something for a bigger villain.
Agreed.
Something along those lines. Trying to think who else Batman fights. Batman fights a lot of people. He's been around for a while.
Calendar Man.
Calendar Man?
Yeah.
Who's Calendar Man?
I don't know what he does, but I know he exists. He's a Batman villain. Usually you see him just hanging out in Arkham. But Calendar Man. You never heard of Calendar Man?
No, I don't know who Calendar Man is.
I don't know what he does, but Calendar Man's a thing.
Huh. Okay. Well,
He's a Batman
maybe
villain.
Maybe we'll see some Calendar Man.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Wow. So we really got off subject here about Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, it's because it's boring.
It is boring. It's
boring and bad and poorly written, and none of the lines made sense.
Yes. Let's talk about how cringy the lines were. Pretty much all of them were bad. Any moment of just like...
The lines were bad, the character motivation was all over the place, the pace of the movie was super rushed. Everyone decides just all of a sudden that they don't trust their best friends and people they've lived with and worked with for years, and
just out of nowhere, suddenly Mystique is good, very good. Not even like any, like, not a neutral, not for her own good. She's just like straight up good character, which is bizarre and weird. And
Yes, no,
out of
she's the
nowhere.
moral compass
They
of the movie.
They have actually somehow regressed on the small character development they did with her, and it was because the whole thing in the First Class movie is that they went back to First Class, where she's like, I don't trust Professor X because I need to be my own person or whatever. And then in this movie, she's like, I don't trust Professor X. Like, you already got over that character development. It's like, you should trust Professor X because he's very smart. He's clearly got the best intentions in mind, always.
Right.
He makes mistakes, but he has, the good of everyone in mind.
Yeah.
All the time. At no point is he not like that. Except for that little bit of time where Hugh Jackman talks to him, and then Hugh Jackman whips him into shape.
Yeah, and Beast just decides once Raven is killed that Professor X, it's all his fault and everything, and he goes off to try and kill Jean Grey.
Kill Jean Grey!
Like,
he goes and enlists the help of Magneto to kill Jean Grey.
Yeah.
It's like, what in the... Who is this character? Where did he come from? He's definitely not Beast from, the comics or any other media. He's not Kelsey Grammer, which I was hoping.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it would have been amazing.
If only.
Just if Kelsey Grammer would have showed up. Just for a teaser. Just for a little bit.
Yes.
And then he did, a whole Frasier... a soliloquy of a Frasier show where he recites every line.
And Niles shows up, and then it becomes it's just an episode of Frasier.
It would be really good if that happened. It reminded me, I saw an SNL skit that I hadn't seen when it came out a couple years ago that was making me crack up. It was, Larry David played Bernie Sanders throughout the whole election thing. They did basically a mini episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Bernie Sanders and different people around him in that way, and they just had the actors all just play the actors from the show. It's incredible. It's 6 minutes long, and I love it so much. They just did a mini episode of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Larry David wrote, and it cracked me up. It's all the characters that were in it.
That's awesome.
But yeah, they should do that for Dark Phoenix too. Return of the Dark Phoenix. So, how much did you like the end?
You mean the cafe scene from The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah. How much did you like that? Where Professor X is in France. He retired to France.
Yeah, he retired to France.
For some reason.
Magneto shows up, and they're all buddy-buddy now.
One, how did Magneto find him?
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe he used, what's her name? The locator girl.
No, she died.
Did she die?
Yeah, she got pulled out of the train.
Did she die from that?
Presumably, you don't see her again.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. I don't know. She was a terrible character.
Yeah.
So, finds him, sits down with him at a cafe, and they're like best friends, and they play chess together. Yeah. It's like that. They completely, totally missed the mark. Because, yes, in the original 3 X-Men movies, they play chess together. Mm-hmm. But always, the entire time, they're talking ideals back and forth to each other. Yeah. They're not just hanging out as friends. When Professor X goes and sees him in the prison, he's not like, "Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Hello, old friend." Blue, blue, blue,
Yeah. They call him friend, but it's always their clash of ideals. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole thing. And it's not, we're best friends now.
Yeah. Man, I miss Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
And then, not to say that the other two are bad.
No.
And then the Phoenix flies over France. How long after?
Years, presumably.
Does it just always orbit Earth?
Because they changed the name of the school to the Jean Grey School.
Why? Why did they do that?
Gifted youngsters, for some reason. And it's like, lame. And Professor X retired, I guess. He just gave up on his life work because reasons.
Yeah, for very, very shallow reasons. Because he messed up on Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I guess.
By protecting her.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get it, you know. It makes sense. He was in the wrong. Sort of.
Sort of,
it's just
yeah.
like, it's definitely at least a gray area.
Yeah.
You know, you could argue either way. But clearly had the best intentions in mind. And he just and it didn't go how he thought it should have. But it's still, yeah, man. Not a good movie. Not a good movie at all. Oh my goodness. We haven't reviewed a movie in a while. We got some ones to talk about in between,
yeah, we got some backlog now.
some Endgame.
Yeah, we need to talk about Endgame. We watched Iron Man again.
Yeah, we did. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 I watched recently.
Yeah.
Better. It gets better. Which is interesting to me because, I don't know. Yeah, it just got better to me. Second time I watched it. Just not a good movie.
No, I don't really have anything to say. I wish Hugh Jackman was in it.
I wish they used Fassbender more.
I wish Fassbender was
Even
more
he
of a
wasn't.
focus.
He wasn't even that interesting in this movie.
No, like we've talked about him in the last couple of reviews we've done, and how he always seems to get the cool scenes with the great shots, and you know, you feel just how imposing and powerful and how much he believes in his ideals and stuff. But he was just an ancillary character in this one.
Yeah,
he was just kind of there.
There were some really cool shots of him just in general that were cool. I just, for some reason, really enjoyed the one scene when he's at his island, which I think it's called Geneva. I'm going to sound like an idiot if I'm wrong, though. But it's just like him grabbing the tea and it just like panning up his arm. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, man, Michael Fassbender's so cool.
Yeah.
Just like it was... His muscles there, just like, why does Magneto need to be muscly? I don't know. But it's great.
Takes care of himself.
Yeah, he just he is so imposing normally. But yeah, in this movie they don't do a great job of it. I don't think it's his fault at all. I think he acts well.
Yeah.
And it's just the writing is so poor.
Yeah, I don't think Sophie Turner's that good of an actress.
I don't think she did.
I don't think she was bad.
I don't think she did horrible at all.
I much prefer her to Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh yeah, definitely. Way, she was way better than Jennifer Lawrence. But she was given like, I don't know, 2 things to do, which is like scream and be upset and be emotionless. Sometimes, I don't know.
The direction was just bad.
I talked about it with Liam about whoever was directing her arms. For some reason, the entire movie she never bends her arm at the elbow once. She does all of her powers, all of her things with just a stiff arm, like she's a robot. It just kills me. It's so bad. Why didn't anyone tell her to stop doing that? It's like, it doesn't look realistic or natural at all. Yeah. Can you imagine if like Scarlet Witch was like that in the Marvel movies, instead of her doing like the whole hands thing with a round in a circle, she just like straight arm.
Man, I wish. Everything. I wish.
Why did they do that to her?
Speaking of Scarlet Witch, that just reminds me that she used to like do the creepy hands and kind of like twitch around, like they removed some frames from the shots and stuff, and that was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
It was unique and stuff, and now she's just a laser shooting magic
now
wielder.
She's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she became Jean Grey, basically.
Yeah.
They didn't even have they had an okay scene, but they didn't even do the Quicksilver really, really good scene.
Yeah.
Again. It's I feel like that's such an easy thing to slip in there. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's 2 consistencies to it. Something, he's getting them out of a tragic situation. Some big deal is happening, and he does his thing. He doesn't care about it. And then there's really good music playing along with it.
Yeah.
And like, that's not at all.
Yeah, they didn't do it.
Like, they had a chance to. Very easily could have. Because they did his slow motion scene. But...
And it was cool.
It was cool. It was cool. Probably the coolest part of the movie, honestly. Yeah. Again, and that's just normal because it's really, really cool.
I really, really enjoyed the effects on Nightcrawler.
Yeah, they were good.
Really smoky.
They were good. I think they could have done more creatively with it, as far as actually Nightcrawler and his attacking style.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the effects were very cool.
Yeah, they looked really good.
And he honestly he looked good as far as his character. I thought it was very funny that half of the X-Men were blue.
Yeah, Mystique, Beast, and Nightcrawler.
Just to the general public, is that what a mutant is? Just a blue person?
Yeah, they're just a bunch of blue meanies.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, but yeah, that's...
But unfortunately, we discussed this a bit, Nightcrawler didn't have, like, the panache and presence, you know, that Azazel does, or Nightcrawler from the comics, and even the old X-Men movies had.
Yeah, where, he should basically be treating it like it's a show. You know,
yeah.
That's a very interesting way to go about it.
Yeah, he was just a scared kid in this one, I guess.
Yeah. For some reason.
Uninteresting.
I had a thought about something I didn't even realize until just now, is that they didn't add any more X-Men at all.
Dazzler was there.
Dazzler was there, but I mean to the fighting crew. They added 2 mutants. 3. 2? How many did Magneto bring with him?
I think Magneto only had 2.
Yeah, so they brought those 2 mutants.
He had the Dreadlocks dude.
Which I can only assume is Omega Red, but a very weird, terrible version of Omega Red.
I don't know.
I guess. I didn't hear him being Russian or anything, but he was definitely doing the tentacle hair thing, so I don't know.
Yeah, him, and then the girl who, I don't know if she had a name, and whose powers were never really fleshed out.
That's what I heard.
But I guess she could see really far and control minds or something.
Or something, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows
I don't
what
know.
she can do. But yeah, they didn't add... That's a big thing with X-Men. You add in these really unique characters that would go along with it. But as far as X-Men go, they didn't add a single one to the roster at all.
Yeah,
because you'd seen Nightcrawler in Apocalypse.
Wasn't Jubilee in Apocalypse?
Was Jubilee in Apocalypse? Jubilee? Are you sure?
Who am I thinking of? Wasn't there someone like wearing a yellow leather jacket and all that stuff in Apocalypse?
I don't remember. It's been a few months.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Because, I don't remember Jubilee's power is that she can shoot fireworks.
Yeah, she sucks.
Yeah, Jubilee's terrible. She was a character invented for the 90s cartoon, which is terrible.
Oh yeah.
It's horrible. It's unwatchable. Was she in it?
I mean, yeah.
She was? Yeah, well, maybe they forgot about her. Maybe they forgot to call her.
Jubilee was there. And it was... So she exists, and she was hanging out with Sophie Turner, Jean Grey and Cyclops.
Yeah.
She was... And it was like, nah, get her out of here. Not that she would have been useful in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have, introduced Rogue or somebody.
Well, they've already messed themselves up because of their stupid...
Oh, yeah, their continuity. Yeah, they couldn't even introduce Kitty Pryde.
Not that it would have mattered, I guess, because they completely don't care about the continuity anymore.
They pretend it works, they have Kitty Pryde, and... I don't know. You're supposed to think that this Cyclops grows into the one from the first 3, I guess. I don't know. And this Jean Grey is the one from the first 3.
I guess.
I
don't know. But
that's the impression.
Yeah, the first 3 don't exist.
But they do, because Hugh Jackman wakes up in the fixed timeline.
Yeah, in the future.
Yeah, and everyone's there again.
But the first 3 don't.
And Jean Grey is no longer dead. and Cyclops is there, and Beast is there. That all happens in Days of Future Past.
That's true. So, yeah.
So is it...
Not only... I forgot about that, because I was thinking the big deal is, like, when Hugh Jackman wakes up in the future, Professor X is still at the school.
Yeah.
And I was like, that seems like a big deal. But you're right. Jean Grey is alive.
Yeah, Jean Grey is alive. Cyclops is there. Kelsey Grammer's Beast is there. Yeah, he is. Trust me on this. I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he walks by.
It's not Kelsey Grammer. There's no way. But he... Yeah, so yeah, that is all... They're all there. Alive. And not dead. Yeah, man, they just don't care about the continuity.
No.
So there's
It's
no
so
excuse
messed
for
up.
them not to introduce more characters in that way. I don't know. Yeah, it's all messed up.
Yeah, it's
And
bad.
they just destroyed it. I think since they knew they were getting bought by Disney, they just exploded. They just rushed it as fast as they could to where it exploded.
Yeah, they didn't even pretend to care anymore.
Yep. Which is fine, because I'm pretty sure Disney and Marvel and Kevin Feige will be able to figure something out. Get them in there.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a cool Bishop and...
Ooh, that would be cool.
I mean, an interesting Emma Frost and...
Yeah, I honestly hope that they keep them fairly separated from the rest of the MCU.
Yeah, I'd be right. Well, I mean, X-Men have always been kind of separated anyway.
Exactly. So I would really hope that they do that. I don't need, all the X-Men in the next Avengers movie.
No.
Because they're basically their own Avengers.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hopefully, it's, there's some crossovers sometimes with like a Spider-Man or, think they'll bring Iron Man back to life.
I don't know. They're looking for the new Iron Man, according to the Far From Home trailer. Like, someone needs to step in his shoes and stuff.
Yeah, we need some sort of black Iron Man, played by Don Cheadle. Who could it be? Who would it be? Yeah, I don't know. You think you're gonna find it?
I don't know.
You think you're gonna find Kelsey Grammer?
Still
You've been looking for a while.
I don't think I'm gonna find it, but they also haven't credited anyone.
Who do you think that Jackie Chan is gonna play in the MCU?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is Donnie Yen in the MCU yet? He's in Star Wars. Well, he's dead. He was in one of the Star Wars movies. Donnie Yen is another big kung fu guy. He played Ip Man.
He played what man?
Ip Man.
I don't know that.
Really good kung fu movie. You should check it out.
Yeah, I think uncredited as Kelsey Grammer as Beast. Huh. I didn't think that was him.
Nailed it. Suck it. It was worth the...
Shut up, Liam. I'm ending the podcast.
It was worth the 2 minutes I spent looking that up.
Yeah.
Not paying attention.
So anyway, Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Moon Knight.
Just isn't Moon Knight like insane, off the walls, crazy?
Yeah.
And he's not Asian at all.
No.
But Jackie Chan has a very distinct Chinese accent.
Yeah. I think you could do it.
I think he can do it.
I think you can pull it off.
I think he can do it. I think just doing a lot of flips. Like they just videotape him. Videotape him? They just film him.
Yeah, they get out their camcorders.
Doing flips in an alleyway for like 2 hours. And then they CG an entire movie around it.
I'd like to see Taskmaster. I think that could be cool.
Remind me who he is, because I know that name.
He's the one who can perfectly copy anyone's fighting style.
Oh, yeah.
Just by watching them.
Taskmaster.
carries around a shield like Captain America.
Yeah, and he's
Has
like...
a skull mask.
They take that even to, like, extreme feats. And that he's just so good at copying abilities. Mm-hmm. Like, he can run as fast as Quicksilver or whatever. Like,
yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
But fantastic. Yeah, I'd like to see Taskmaster then.
Heck yeah.
Taskmaster, John Goodman as Hellboy, all those.
Yeah, let's bring Dark Horse Comics into this. Why not?
I think he'd be good. I mean, I feel like they could buy it. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't own some company that owns
Keanu Reeves is Dr. Manhattan, you know.
Wow, Keanu Reeves is Dr. Manhattan. I can't even... Does he still have the long hair?
Yeah.
But he's blue.
Yeah, and he's got the beard and everything, too.
But it's like poorly CG'd, so you still see like some of his face underneath the beard, where you normally do, and it's not blue. Yeah,
the skin underneath the beard isn't blue.
And he just delivers lines.
No, he's not even CG'd, it's just painted on.
So Keanu Reeves has Dr. Manhattan versus... Okay, who would win the fight? Versus
Goku.
Versus John Goodman as Hellboy.
Probably Goku.
I don't know.
Now, it depends. Does Hellboy have Excalibur, making him fully into his power and everything?
I don't know. Do you think that John Goodman... Because it's very important who plays them.
Right. So do you think that John Goodman could take Goku? Is what you're asking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying if...
How much time does he have to train?
Which one?
John Goodman. And does he get to use the hyperbolic time chamber and the gravity chamber?
What do you think would happen if... How much do you think that John Goodman would weigh if he got...
He's lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah, I know, but if he got a year to himself in the hyperbolic time chamber, and all that's in there is training and food, I think he could come out as a 700-pound beefy boy, and he would be impenetrable. Goku wouldn't be able to harm him.
Mm-hmm. And then he would explode like Cell. And take out King Kai's planet. Spoilers for the Cell Saga. So John Goodman plays Hellboy, who is Cell.
He's 700 pounds.
Without inflating.
He's basically Blob.
Yeah.
He's basically the Blob. Who would win the fight? John Goodman as the Blob.
Or the Black Eyed Peas.
Well, you gotta. Well, okay. So Taboo's pretty tall, so I feel like he'd have a pretty good reach. But I don't know if they could harm him, unless they played their music to him.
Right.
Oh man.
All right. Goro versus Taboo.
Goro?
Yeah, isn't he a Street Fighter character, or is he Mortal Kombat?
Is he? I think the Mortal Kombat character. Yes. Oh man. Okay. Who would win in a fight? Let's get it back. Let's reel it back in.
Okay.
Who would win in a fight? Patrick Stewart as Professor X, or James McAvoy as Professor X?
Patrick Stewart, because I like Patrick Stewart. And because Patrick Stewart, even when his body blows up, his mind is transferred into another body.
It is?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's some weird subplot where they had some catatonic dude, and in 3, Jean Grey blows him up. and then eventually this catatonic dude wakes up, and Professor X is inside of him.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Professor X is immortal.
Yeah.
That one. So, I think that one would have been.
But it's the same Professor X. That was a trick question.
That's true.
And...
Well,
James
it's not
McAvoy.
necessarily a trick question, because in one of the recent Thanos comics, he had to fight himself. He had to fight a young version of himself.
It's true.
And one of them did win. So...
Yeah, but neither one of them were immortal. Okay, so what it would
They're
come down to...
effectively immortal.
Yeah, okay, but what it would come down to then is they're killing each other back and forth. It's who gets the last...
James McAvoy hasn't learned this skill yet.
He hasn't learned it? Is it something that...
I don't know. I feel like...
No, you got hear me out. No, going by just what you said, I got something I gotta say.
Okay, but I have something I want to say to justify
we can do it afterwards. It's fine.
All right.
It's just saying, from what you said, if both of those have that power, the one who wins is the person who gets into the last body, the last living being on Earth, and kills the other one. Eventually, they get down to where there are only two people on Earth, and they have to kill the other one. And then that one can't transport to another body.
But his consciousness would still be floating around somewhere. In theory. So he could just go to a different planet and take over an alien.
No, that's what I'm saying. All beings.
All beings everywhere.
Once everyone is dead.
Okay.
And only Professor X is standing.
Okay, my argument is that they have to learn these powers.
Uh-huh.
Because, X-Men, they grow stronger as they get older. They evolve to a certain extent. Like, Magneto, for example, he didn't fly until Apocalypse, I don't think. Right? No, he flew a bit in Days of Future Past.
He definitely flew a lot in Days of Future Past.
He flew a lot in Days of Future Past.
I wouldn't be surprised if he flew in first class as well.
Did he really learn how to control the magnetic waves around him that fast?
Well, because his big deal is when he takes... Is it a plane? No, when he takes a submarine out. That's in first class, right?
Mm-hmm.
He takes a submarine out of the water. Yeah, which is a big deal.
Right.
He could certainly fly by then. I'm pretty sure he flies down to them on the island.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so really young Magneto then.
Like baby Magneto.
Yeah. Like he struggles to even move a coin until he gets angry.
Yeah.
So, their powers grow and expand, and they learn. They start reaching out and experimenting more.
Right, yeah. You're saying that James McAvoy's Professor X hasn't learned that yet.
Yeah, and I think he would be appalled to even think of, taking over another body.
I don't think so.
Well, permanently.
Here's the thing. You didn't even let me finish.
Okay, please.
The body that Professor X...
Which one?
The one that lives at the very end of the entire fight. I was going to say was still the same Patrick Stewart body. Is that he beats McAvoy every time and kills that body every single time.
That's good.
Until they're the last two on Earth and he still beats them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think would happen.
Yeah. Alright. And
then if you had to fight Goku, it'd be like a 50-50.
Yeah. Well, Goku doesn't have any mind defense. So.
Right, but he's got so much drive.
That's true. And he has friends.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I agree because, Patrick Stewart, he clearly has much more experience. He's fought on the psychic plane many more times. He's fought the Nightmare King, all those kind of things. So, yeah, he would definitely win.
Yeah. Okay. So, who would win in a fight? Magneto or the Joker?
Does the Joker have a 4-foot revolver?
Obviously.
Then the Joker.
What do you think that Magneto's greatest fear is if he fought Scarecrow? Do you think that his helmet would somehow...
Duh.
Do you think that the helmet would somehow protect him from it?
No.
So you're saying So what Magneto? Okay, let's get into this. Get into this scenario, right?
Let's dig into this.
So the fear serum
Mm-hmm.
goes down,
Mm-hmm.
or the gas or whatever goes down. It hits Magneto. He starts freaking out. He's sprawling around on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He's searching around. He looks everywhere. He sees someone goose stepping.
Yeah, they've got the armbands with the swastikas on them and everything.
They've all got Hitler mustaches.
No, that's just silly. Not every Nazi was Hitler.
Well,
But
maybe his biggest
every
fear
Hitler
was
a
Hitler.
Nazi, though.
Just okay. So, do you think he still beats Scarecrow? Even
Yeah,
with
he
that?
kills all the Nazis.
He kills all these innocent people.
Obviously. So eventually, the last Nazi would probably be Scarecrow, and he would kill him,
Okay. All right. That makes
leaving
sense.
him the last man on Earth. That's how all of these scenarios end.
Yeah, I think I think that's accurate. I think Magneto could beat Scarecrow, which
Yeah.
wasn't the question originally, but I think it would work. All right. Do you think that the laughing gas would work on Professor X?
Biologically, yes.
Okay.
Wait, laughing gas. I was still on the fear serum.
Well, we could go into that too.
What's the effect of the laughing gas?
It makes them laugh.
It just makes him laugh and gives him the big freaky smile.
Yeah.
Doesn't it kill him too?
Well,
I think in some of them it kills them.
probably. I mean, it's the Joker, so
Yeah.
probably.
Well, yeah, I mean, he'd be laughing.
You'd be laughing. You think he would?
It's
lose?
still biological.
Yeah, but he's got that mental fortitude.
Yeah, but if there's a chemical running through his body, like,
Yeah, but it doesn't work on half his body.
I don't think the laughing gas really affects the legs much.
Well, it doesn't matter whether it does or does not. It would, affect it much. It doesn't affect it at all, Liam. He's paralyzed. So
Yeah, you're right.
I'm saying all the laughing gas that would go to his legs is being wasted.
He would be laughing, but I don't think that would impair his powers. I think he'd still be able to reach out with his mind and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So now with the fear serum,
That one's different. A little bit.
do you think that he could shield his mind from whatever? I think that he's.
I think he'd be able to segment off part of it. And he might be able to, like, look through the fear, potentially.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, way before that ever happened, he'd read Scarecrow's mind.
Yeah.
That he's gonna do it, and then he'd just like.
Well, unless you're in
That's
Dark
later.
Phoenix, and all of a sudden, all these dudes with guns come up to pacify you and take you onto a train, and he just doesn't even notice that there's these multitude of minds approaching him. And he's like, no, wait, don't! And then they capture him. And Jean Grey and Cyclops. All on top of the banister.
Man.
Because
Really-
Professor X didn't see him coming. He
No,
couldn't,
yeah, he
couldn't
couldn't
feel
have.
their minds or anything.
No, nothing. He would have never been able to.
Couldn't have, like, frozen them or influenced them in the opposite direction or anything. Instead, they all get captured for
Yeah.
plot's sake.
Yeah. Man.
Is this movie racist?
Ooh. Trying to think. There's one black guy and one black girl.
Sure.
I don't know what race Omega Red is. But
Yeah.
he's dark.
He's darker.
Is it?
He's a...
Anyway, one black guy is a bad guy.
Uh-huh.
He's an alien.
Yes.
The one black girl is a bad guy, but she turns out okay, and she dies, probably.
You're forgetting about Storm.
Oh yeah, I'm forgetting about Storm. So there are two.
Mm-hmm.
Two black girls. Storm was pretty boring in this movie. So...
But she was assertive.
She was assertive. I'm going to have to go with it's not racist.
Not racist. What about the blue people?
Jennifer Lawrence never turns into a black person. And I feel like the silence of that is deafening.
So the movie itself isn't racist, but Jennifer Lawrence is racist.
Jennifer Lawrence is racist.
I'm cool with that.
Which is why they killed her.
Yeah.
Which is why the movie's not racist.
Yes.
Because they killed off
the racist.
I still think they got a lot of racism bleeding over, though, from X-Men First Class when they killed Darwin for some reason.
Yeah.
For no reason.
The unkillable person they killed for being black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the lynching scene was a little much.
It was pretty dark.
I really didn't think that they needed to go that far. But, I mean, I understand it. It was visually...
At least they had one of the vaudeville performances afterwards to kind of lighten the mood.
I think I've shown it to you before. There's this YouTube skit by Gabriel Gundaker, where he's talking about how he has the power to kill people just by talking about them, and they all, as he's doing it, they all just like crumple to the floor.
Yeah,
right. That's all I could think about when Jean Grey would just like erase someone's mind and put them to sleep and just like, put them immediately fall down. I was thinking it should have been more like pratfalls and played for comedy, but whatever. I think it would have been really great.
Have
like
some great
track.
Foley sound effects.
Yeah. Yeah, just immediate.
Womp womp. The Scooby-Doo like running in place sound.
Oh man, that would have been really good. I need to get that scene where Jean Grey is forcing Professor X to walk up the stairs and put some sound effects like that to it.
That'd be good. I'd like that.
That would be really good. Stanley cameo, non-existent. Stanley, non-existent.
No post-credit scenes.
No post-credit scenes. Nothing. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the other movies, it's not a satisfying conclusion at all.
But I guess if you've seen the others, you might as well watch it.
Yeah, it's like, don't watch it in theaters. If one of your friends decides to buy it, go ahead and watch it with them. Don't spend any money on it. It's not very good.
Don't go to the theater. Just wait.
We'll give you a number. I don't even know. Like, I'll never ever voluntarily watch this movie again.
Yeah.
So it's weird because there's some really cool visual stuff. Because that's positive. That's always a positive though.
Right.
I mean,
like we said,
they put so much money into the CGI, and I know, I get it. It has to look good.
Yeah, Quicksilver stuff always looks good.
Always looks good. Way underutilized.
Nightcrawler stuff looks great. When Magneto fights, it looks cool.
Yeah. Some of it was kind of like the scene where he had all the guns.
Yeah.
It's like, that looked bad.
Yeah. Also, it's pretty unimaginative. I mean, it's cool to use a lot of guns, but
why aren't they doing that? Like, all I can think about when they were on the train is the train scene from Days of Future Past, where Magneto is pulling up the rails of the train and inserting them into the Sentinels because he just has that much control over the metal.
Maybe he couldn't have killed her with the bullets, but he could have laced that metal through her and stopped her from moving or something.
Yeah, like, definitely. He should have been able, to take it and, like, put the metal in her veins. Yeah. Like, because he has that much control over it.
He took a long time to disconnect one of the trains. I felt like that could have happened way earlier, and it's underutilized.
Yeah, not very imaginative. So, but yeah. But it looks great. As far as, like, some of it was a little weird with Dark Phoenix and, like, that whole thing with her and the other girl. Like, and that, all the visual stuff that's going on there. It's just like, it could have looked better. But, so that would probably be the only positive and why it's not just a dumpster movie. Yeah. Exactly. But it's not a good movie. No. It's not worth watching.
I'd still rather watch it than Blade.
Definitely.
I think I'd rather watch it than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Man, it's just boring.
It's just boring. It's forgettable. It's meh. Yeah, there's not a lot to say about it. It's just nothing. Yep. So I think I have my number.
I'm gonna guess. I'm kind of still thinking about it a little bit. But it's definitely the worst of the series.
Oh yeah,
by far,
for sure.
Okay, how are we doing this? How are we doing
Just
this?
flip it.
Okay, we're gonna flip it.
I'm gonna flip it. It's a visual thing that only works for
3,
us.
2, 1, flip. Way
Oh,
different.
Way different
disparaging.
scores.
But yeah.
I rated it a 40.
And I rated it a
100.
58. So, like I said, normally when I'm gonna rate something, I say below 50 and below for like I actively hate this movie.
Sure.
Generally, and that's about how I see it. So, this movie, I like Fassbender still.
Yeah.
There were some good parts. It wasn't very fun,
No.
but there were some parts that brought it to just like, but it's not good. It's not good. I won't watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what 60 and below is for me. Like, I will never voluntarily watch it ever again.
Yeah.
So let's see where it ranks amongst the others. Then
Before that, I would say that it's perfectly forgettable. And that I want to bump my score up to whatever puts our cumulative score at 50%. Just baseline, this is a forgettable movie. It's not bad, but it's definitely not good.
yeah, and we use the scores as a raw feeling, but not exactly the whole truth of it. As far as the ranking wise. So what is that? 40 to 58. Should be easy to figure out.
You would think so, since they're both even and everything.
Yeah.
I want to say 42, but I'm not even trying to do the math. I'm just bumping it up.
There's no way it's 42. Yeah, 98 divided by 2 should be pretty easy for two grown men to
You
figure out.
would think that.
Yeah, it's 48. No, 49.
Yeah, it'd be 49.
49. So 49 would put it below Thor Ragnarok and above Blade.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that too.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, so it's which is funny that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is is the lowest, but not my least favorite movie.
No.
So yeah, 49 puts it 8
Um,
points ahead of Blade.
One of the worst Stan Lee cameos.
Yeah, definitely. Not a good one.
Down there with Blade.
Down there with Blade. Yeah. Not not as
So yeah,
fancy.
if you've seen the other ones, don't see it in theater. Just wait till it's on video, then get it and watch it.
Yeah. Wait for it to come out on VHS or Betamax, whatever you
Yeah,
have.
get it on your floppy disks.
Yeah, go ahead and find it online and download it onto your flip phone, and then you'll be able to watch it.
Yeah, onto your Razor.
Well, yeah, you're gonna need a lot of flip phones because you don't have that kind of data on your thing. So you buy a few burners at Walmart, get them all downloaded in segments.
Yep.
I'm sure someone out there is uploading right now 2-minute clips of the entire movie to YouTube.
Yeah, follow the link in the description.
So what I meant by I'm sure someone is I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
I did record it with my phone, and I'm just
in 2-minute intervals.
in 2-minute intervals. So there was some time in between where I gotta hit the record button.
Yeah, so you're gonna miss a few frames.
A few frames, but it's really not that much.
Yeah, you hardly notice.
And you could, I I only talk over like half of half of it. So go ahead, follow links to that playlist in the description. It's by my account 42069 lol.
Right. Yep.
That is 10 lols. And just go ahead and scour the internet for that, and should be all set.
Yeah, and leave in the comments whether or not you think Venom likes Jolly Ranchers.
So, like, which Venom? Venom from Spider-Man 3 or Venom from the new Venom movie?
Who knows?
Alright, it's going to be an interesting debate.